I am Benjamin Magnus. I am joined with Flory Worry. You all know him, and we are going to be continuing really quickly, almost where we left off. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties there. Sadly, couldn't see the end of the Albanian war there, but as you can see on the map here, we have a big old Dalmatia, which is a vassal of Albania now, and no more Ragusa. Something to keep an eye on that just happened, though. Wallachia just declared war on the Ottomans. So, Flory, you want to say hi real quick, and then we can get into some action?
Hi guys, I'm waving, but you can't see me because I'm a bit of a boomer and I couldn't get my webcam to work. It's the real me, but in the true fashion, we're a little late. Oh man, how you doing, chap? So we see Wallachia going in against the Ottomans here, and the Ottomans is getting partitioned most likely. Let's see who Wallachia brought with them here. We have, oh man, the Ottomans seem to be in a bit of trouble. We got Wallachia, Byzantium, the Mamluks. They're old enemies. The Mamluks have joined the Wallachians. They actually allied each other. Oh man.
After those early wars, the Knights and the Mamluks are on the same side.
I think after all the stack waves in Constantinople, the Mamluks were like, maybe we should be friends with Vlad the Impaler instead of constantly fighting with him.
I'm happy to see this, though, because Wallachia is one of my favorite starts. Wallachia into Romania, I really love. Not only because Romania is a really pleasing color on the map, but they have a lot of really good ideas. Like, I think one of their traditions is something like 5% discipline, and then they have manpower recovery speed and manpower modifiers. So if you could form Romania, you are a very powerful military might in the region. So I'm hoping we see that today.
Yeah, certainly. And it's also like a really awesome area to be playing in, because look, this is all farmlands and it's a very flat and industrious state here. Get that def cost reduction, you can go really far with that. And of course, starting next to the Ottomans is always fun, because you got this epic challenge, this epic struggle ahead of you. So always a great challenge. So we had a spy master, but that was a couple hours ago, before the big Albania-Ragusa war, that informed us that Wallachia was preparing to backstab Albania, and I can't see these guys, sharing the Balkans in peace, given how Wallachia has claims on all of the Balkans. I don't think they can get to an agreement as far as that goes.
And
although one thing...
after this war, they're gonna be sharing a heck of a border. I also just noticed that the Ottomans had been at war with Hungary, and I think they declared that war because it trapped the Ottoman army in Hungary, and now they're just sitting there attritioning out.
Oh yeah, on that beautiful that beautiful Bran castle over there. You got your mountains, and then you got local defensiveness. They're gonna be sitting there for a while, I think. Oh man.
While we were waiting too, I just, because I was curious myself, I was bopping around checking to see what ideas people had picked for their first one. And if I remember correctly, every single player has picked a military idea. Quantity and quality were the highest, and then there were a couple defensive in there too. I didn't see anything outside of military choice early on, which I actually thought was kind of interesting, because I thought some of the players might end up going for early colonial game, but no, they went for straight up military.
Yeah, Navarra had exploration picked for a while, and now they have quantity ideas. So I guess they changed their mind when all the kerfuffle was going on about who was going to own Paradox Tinto Studio here. Of course, we have this little pirate republic. Like, when do you think this war is going to start? Because
I am not sure.
They've been sending messages across each other and insulting each other for the past couple of hours here. They're both allied to Castile, so whoever goes first is going to need to deal with Castile.
I always found Castile to be a paper tiger, though.
Yeah, they kind of are, I suppose. They do start off with that crappy ruler that they have. But, I mean, it seems that they've kind of caught up in tech and all of that, at least military. Of course, they did pick exploration, and if the players are going to be picking quantity, then that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Castile's actually at war with France, allied with Brittany. Maybe Castile will get into debt, and I think the moment Castile is going to disinherit or dishonor the call to arms, we're going to see a war between Mallorca and Navarre, most likely.
Castile's in a pretty strong position right now. They have a positive economy. They've got about 80% troops in the bank right now. Positive stability. They could keep it going for a while. But real quick here, it's something that I think has been overlooked. Genoa has been violently snowballing in the Mediterranean, and I am here for it.
Oh yeah, certainly. I've been thinking from the start that Genoa there's not a lot of players in Italy, so there's not a lot of people to contest this sleeping giant over here. Because once they consolidate a little bit more of the Genoa node, they're going to have so much money, and this has so much potential. This land, I don't see anything. I think they'll end the session with the highest income for sure.
You know what? Now that we're talking about that, I'm gonna pop open the ledger on my screen, and I want to see who the richest player is right now, and sort by total. Genoa's at the top right now at almost 23. Novgorod is only a fraction of a percentage point behind them, also at almost 23.
It is very close.
So the Ottomans are not looking good. Let's see, what are they at right now? Oh, they're in two. Okay, they're still in the two separate wars, and they're getting their butts kicked in both of them. We're starting to run out of manpower, starting to run out of money. Still positive stability, so they can keep it going for a little bit longer. Ooh, I just noticed Georgia.
What's happening?
I don't know when it happened, but Georgia got thick.
Oh, Georgia did get thick. Look at that.
They're taking advantage of this situation and just kind of gobbling up little bits.
Yeah, Akayulu has been allied to the Ottomans for the longest time, and now that the Ottomans are in a bit of a hassle, they can just swoop in and yoink that juicy land. You can see they broke the alliance almost very recently because they're still in the Wallachia War.
Medina's gotten a little bigger too. Last time I looked out here, they had 3 provinces.
Oh my! Oh yes, Medina bouncing back. This was the team from the Livonian Order, who removed the order in Livonia and moved to Medina. They are allied to the Mamluks still, I believe. Yes. So they're in a pretty safe spot, and there's again no players over here on this side yet. As more teams get eliminated, they'll be moved somewhere further away from Europe. But for now, they have a free reign here to gobble up all of these AIs.
So we just got blooped in Discord here. There's been a proclamation from the Pope. So His Holiness the Pope, Bishop of Rome, blah, 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 titles. With the ongoing wars, aggression, and religious conflicts within the Balkans, who would have thought? The Pope, in his infinite wisdom, proclaims on this day, the January 1472, blah, 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 that the great city of Constantinople and its surrounding areas will belong in perpetuity to the most holy order, the Order Hospitallers. Furthermore, the Pope calls upon all true Christians to ensure God's will be done by assisting the Hospitaller Order in its righteous cause. So the Pope basically just said, hands off my Constantinople.
Oh boy, so we're gonna see another conflict between, last time it was the monarchists in the Balkans versus the Traitors League, and now we're gonna see the monarchists, most likely, because I don't think Wallachia is just going to be giving them Constantinople. So we'll see a conflict between the theocrats and the monarchists soon then.
Somebody in the studio is yelling at me for not reading out all the titles. Hang on. Let me go back to let's go back to the titles real quick. His Holiness the Pope, Bishop of Rome, Vicar of Jesus Christ, successor of the Prince of the Apostles, Supreme Pontiff of the Church, Primate of Italy?
Primate of Italy.
Archbishop of the Metropolitan of the Roman Province, Sovereign of the States of Rome, Servant of the Servants of God, proclaims the following. And then the thingy. I'm a little confused by the primate thing, but it's this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, I was a little confused by the primate thing as well, but then again, I don't know how those titles usually work.
Sadly, I forgot to get my Pope hat when I was reading that. I'll have to remember for the next one. The horsey boys have gotten a little bigger too. Ryazan is doing well for themselves.
Ryazan, that interview was beautiful. Horse is an awful thing. I wonder, have they declared a bankruptcy in between, or?
did not see that, but I wasn't on one of the Parsec computers for the first part of the stream, so I couldn't tell exactly. And it looks like this war is about to wrap up. The Ottomans are out of their other war, 66%, or negative 66% for them. And it looks like everything's getting evenly partitioned. That's probably being paused for the, oh, we got a hot join coming in. Probably the poor Ragusans.
Yes. Oh, yes. I would be interested to see what country they're going to be joining in as.
Sorry, I know there's a short list that they're allowed to pick from, but I haven't seen the list myself.
Songhai. Oh, cool. Cool.
That's a really good choice. I like that.
Very big military powerhouse there.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot of potential here.
Let's go take a look and see what the AI's left them with.
No
ideas yet.
It's nothing special down here. I mean, 30 years into the game, I expected a little bit more to change than Sub-Saharan African, but no, it's pretty much bog standard. But I think it'll be 10 years and they will have steamrolled half these nations out of existence.
Oh, certainly. The Spy Mistress has some insights for you. My dears, I am happy to tell you that we have managed to put two recent enemies, Ryazan and Novgorod, in contact with each other. Novgorod, in his generosity, has agreed to release Ryazan and show him his favor for a certain sum of money. I wonder how they're going to pay for that, but sure. Negotiations are now underway between the countries to create an installment plan, pay as you go. Perhaps this is the beginning of a new friendship, or perhaps just a moment of peace in these turbulent times.
They're taking out a payday loan for friendship.
Yeah, for friendship. So that's how they got their independence, because they were talking about that earlier, like... Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how we got our independence, but somehow we're free now.
Yeah, it's fine. Technically legal. Interest rates 24.99%. No, you can't argue with that. It's fine. It's fine. Oh boy. And little thing I just noticed as well while we're at that, Ireland has coalesced. Well, it's not Ireland yet, but Desmond is alone on the island. So we might be seeing an actual Ireland.
Oh, so about that installment plan of Ryazan, they are definitely bankrupt right now. I was looking at their loans and I'm like, how did they pay off 500 ducats in such a short time? Well, they did that by declaring a little bit of a bankruptcy. And so they are definitely, well, free from their debt, although they've already accrued another 270. Have you taken a look at Genoa's religion? In recent times?
No, but let me bop on over there and see what they're up to.
They're actually Orthodox. I don't know how they managed to do that.
You know what? I remember when we were talking before this stream, we were like pre-casting before we went live, and I mentioned that they had a whole bunch of rebels.
Right. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
That I didn't know how they dealt with. I bet you anything they let the Orthodox rebels fire and then just let them win.
Right.
Orthodox.
And so the reason that they'd want to do that is Orthodox is widely considered to be the strongest religion for MP. Because obviously Orthodox, you get your patriarchal authority, which is going to increase your local manpower.
Yep.
And then you can get the icon of St. Michael for extra discipline. And during peacetime, you can switch into the icon of Christ Pantocrator for construction cost reduction and development cost reduction. And development cost reduction is, of course, key in multiplayer. You know, eventually you're going to bump into players, so how can you grow? You dev. And so Orthodox is very powerful for those reasons. So it's really good that they secured that for themselves.
I think that's definitely what's going on here, because they went quantity. They went Orthodox, they went quantity, and now they're going economic, and that's a powerful combination.
Oh, wow. So they transferred rebels from Lesbos, those islands in the Aegean, and they somehow got them over to the mainland? That's how they... Bjorn spotted those rebels early. Oh, okay, cool.
Teleporting rebels.
That is very nice. Well played.
Yeah. Back in my day, Orthodox was weak. but then things changed, and now it's amazing.
I'm telling you, man, this Genoa, with all this trade money, and now they're also Orthodox, I think they're going to be someone to watch, certainly.
And right now, they're just continuing to gobble up the Italian peninsula. They're or with Ferrara and the Pope. So I'm not. I would imagine that the monastics would be a little upset about the Pope getting his house siege down.
Oh yes, certainly.
So
what
we'll
is
see
the
how
actual
that
war
works
goal
out.
here? And now that he's Orthodox, it doesn't matter. Like he's not going to get a penalty from owning Rome either. Like
Yeah.
he can just go ham now. He's not going to get excommunicated or anything like that. Yeah, he looks so small on the map too, so he's not doesn't look very threatening. But
Ottoman war's done.
oh wow, okay, okay. That is a very big Balkans. Oh, and then look at the Knights!
The Knights just gobbled up the coast. I mean, that's what I would have done too.
Yeah, gotta get that naval force in it, man. Gotta be a pirate.
If you guys watching have never played the Knights, it's not an easy play, but it is very strong if you could survive. They have pretty much like unlimited Pope ducats. Let's see. I think one of their ideas is extra Pope ducats. It's plus 5% discipline, plus 2 yearly Pope ducats, which basically means as long as the Pope doesn't die. So they do have a vested interest in keeping the Pope around. If you keep high relations with the Pope, and you have that idea, you pretty much sit on plus 3 stability for the whole game.
Yep. And, those Catholic buttons, they all got a big upgrade in the latest patch, so you get that morale of armies and improved relations and all of that good stuff. And if you take a look at the Wallachian border right now, it is actually, they pretty much, I think, actually made a deal with Albania to share the trade node. So looks like Wallachia is going to secure the Constantinople node, and Albania is going to get the Ragusa node here.
And it looks like the partition of the Ottomans is going to continue. They are now at war with Albania.
Yep.
And losing.
Clever of Albania to wait for the Wallachians to do all the work. But granted, they're getting the least valuable land, so it's only fair.
Yeah, I was a little nervous there for Albania during that whole Balkan crisis we had at the end of the last casting session, but it seems like they've managed to pull it out.
We gotta play a war. I was just gonna call it out because Castile is getting occupied by the French, so they dishonored the call to arms between Aragon and Navarra.
A lot of stuff just happened.
Yeah.
More player wars.
Big player war here. This is the Majorcan reconquest of Tarragona. I can guarantee you they've been hovering over the declare war button, just like seeing the French move into Iberia, see them start the siege of Toledo, and then they instantly declared the war. And we've got the Majorcans moving into Cantabria, where the Navarran army, completely caught unawares, is about to get stack wiped here. There is no way, Jose, for these gentlemen.
Desmond and Genoa are in this as well, to note. This is a big one.
So let's take a look here. Mallorca, Catalonia, Valencia, and Genoa. And Desmond is scrambling to help his Navarran buddies there. We go take a look. We also have Brittany, who's still in a war with France, who's also been called to this war. So we have, on player sides, we have Mallorca, Genoa, versus, well, the world here. We got Desmond, Brittany, and Navarre, but Navarre is down and out for the count.
Oh, big naval battle of the Bay of Biscay. One navy just got trounced.
I think it's safe to say that Mallorca prepared very well for this war.
Yeah.
I think they saw the writing on the wall the moment they saw French troops moving into Iberia, and they were ready. They were ready, Freddy, good to go.
They had they spent the ducats to get a decent naval leader in there, 1-4-3-1. I mean, the one doesn't really matter for a naval leader in this situation too much, but still, good naval leader.
Yes, certainly. I don't think Desmond can even help.
No.
Considering the naval superiority that the Mallorcans have. So I think this is one in the bag for the Trader League here, which is awesome because the Trade League really needed a win after that disaster in Ragusa.
So Navarra does not have an army anymore. They're running at 0.
Yep, and no way to get new troops either. Maybe if Brittany can occupy a province for them, like be really sneaky and occupy a province in Provence, Navarra can quickly hire some mercenaries, but that is really about it. I guess if Aragon is loyal, they could hire troops there. Let's go take a look. Are you loyal? No, they are definitely not loyal either. So unfortunately, they can't hire troops there.
I'm actually kind of stoked to see Valencia fall because that little tiny nub there has been bugging me for hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they might, like, if Navarra has any hope of surviving here, they're going to want to talk terms or something, try to, but I think, there's no negotiation here, like, there's no way they can get this to a peaceful arrangement.
Yeah,
Share and beer together. I think this is the last days of Navarra here. Unless Brittany can somehow have this carrying moment and somehow save them.
I don't see it happening.
Let's go take a look at Brittany's military situation. They have 0 manpower. They almost have Tech 7, but I'm assuming... Oh, actually, Genoa doesn't have Tech 7 either. Does Mallorca? Mallorca does. They're pretty close to Tech 7, though, and they do have 2 quantity ideas. But yeah, their manpower is down and out for the count.
Yeah, they're running at 0 manpower, and they're broke and running at minus 14 ducats a month.
Okay, so I don't think Brittany is going to come to the rescue here. Oh, he's reached the maximum amount of loans. Yeah, I suffice it to say, I don't think Brittany is gonna save the Navarrans here. What about Desmond? What can they do? Let's take a look. So Desmond's economic situation's at least stable. Send help!
Team 5, is that?
That is Navarra. That is Navarra. Asking the international community for help there. I'm afraid there's going to be no help for you coming. Mallorca was too well prepared, ready to pounce the moment Castile was going to dishonor. So
the French paradox says neither Desmond nor Brittany took exploration. No, nobody took early exploration. And honestly, one of the things I expected to see was either Brittany or Desmond or maybe Lubeck go exploration and then just bop off to the New World and take it over while you're burned. But nobody did that.
Navarra was playing with the idea. They had exploration 0, like they had the exploration idea open. But of course, once the relations with the Mallorcan pirates started to deteriorate, they quickly switched out of that for a military idea group because obviously they had to put out all the stops there. Holland apparently took exploration. Let's go take a look. Yes, they did. Let's see what Holland can see. Maybe they've already...
Sorry, my dog's saying hi right now. Hi.
So I wonder if are they exploring at all? I think they can't explore anything further right now. So Holland still needs to wait for Tech 7, I believe, in order to actually see anything. And they can see Greenland, but that's about as far as they can go. So we got the second Mamlukian Knights War. I hope they informed the Wallachians to break the alliance. Let's go take a look. They did. Yeah, okay. So it seems like the Knights is going to be reclaiming the Holy Land here. It's the second Mamlukian conquest of Cyprus. It is again a defensive war. We got Marcus Antonius de Rohan leading the Knights Hospitaller to victory here. Well, to victory, I'm not so sure. Last time, the Mamluks got themselves into a bit of a pickle crossing the Bosphorus. I think they have to wait for that this time again. The Mamluks, of course, they have... what is their total troop count? Let's go take a look.
So what I'm very interested in is the Pope very specifically ceded Constantinople to the Knights. But Byzantium is a vassal of Wallachia. So and the Knights are just kind of like gobbling up the good land in the Ottomans right now. So I'm wondering how long it's going to be before it's just a Knights into Ottomans against Romania situation.
Yeah, how's that going to work? So they granted it to the Knights, so it's obviously that the theocratic faction wants the Knights to own Constantinople, but Wallachia keeps helping the Knights in battle, so I think they might need some papal intervention here again soon. I wonder how he's going to get out of this little pickle that he's got himself in, though, because I think what might be his best move is just to abandon the mainland and let the Mamluks cross the Bosphorus again, and then try to put on some sort of counter-offensive. They do have naval superiority, quite handedly. The Ottomans only have 6 fighting boats, versus the Knights 20. So
The Ottomans are almost out of shore. They're running out of coastline.
yes.
Yeah, the player were. Oh God, Valencia didn't get smaller; it got bigger.
Oh my God! No way.
No, they heard me.
Mallorca's like, I don't need any mainland. I'm just gonna feed all my vassals. And Genoa, for his troubles, they got the city of Palermo, which okay, sure, you know. They did help. Okay, Team 7 is pausing the game here.
Is that Ryzen? Wait, what? Did they? They're gone.
I think they might be gone because they were in a bankruptcy spiral that they couldn't get out of.
They're getting they're getting full occupied by Golden Horde separatists.
Yeah. He's about to collapse, and the Great Horde's gonna get all the land back.
That 24.99% interest payday loan did not work out for very long.
They tried to go their own separate ways, but I think they've, he's at a constant -3 stab and negative monarch points. Peasants running around amok everywhere.
French Paradox says the game crashed because they were losing. All right, so who we hot joining in as?
Ethiopia. No, Kazan. Wow. Going from one horse to another. Let's go.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least Horsey boys live on in spirit.
Yeah, I mean, he got the horse mask. He has to roleplay as a horse nation, right? So they continue to sit on the steps. Except now a little bit more steps and a gold mine. That should save their economic situation. And they're jumping into a country that has 362 ducats banked up, 22 manpower.
Aha! So that's how they're dealing with their payday loan. They just declared bankruptcy and changed their name.
Yes, they just transitioned over to Kazan.
I'm not obligated. It's not me who's obligated to repay that loan. That was that other guy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
He just went from having being a country with a horse flag to being a country with a horse mindset. You know, this is beautiful.
What's Kazan's flag is like a dragon. It's like a dragon.
It's a horse with wings. It's kind of like a dragon, yes. But propaganda would say it's a horse with wings.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's take a look. The Ottomans are at 99%. I wonder what Albania is going to be taking here. Let me go take a look what they can take.
So they've created their own. It's in the propaganda channel. I don't know if we could pull it up on screen, but they have created their own flag now. It is yellow and it says "Bring me another horse." Now, for those of you who understand that reference, I'm pretty sure the man who said that was immediately shot. So I'm curious about the choice of quote for their flag, but I like the idea of putting a historical quote on a flag. So it's very MS Paint. It's good.
It's very MS Paint. Those are the best.
Exactly. I'm wondering which direction they're gonna go there. They're gonna gobble up their former self of Ryzan, or are they just gonna go into Uzbek or
I think they're going to run. I think they're going to run as far away from Novgorod as possible, and they're just gonna go east.
Yeah, I was gonna say south to the Caspian Sea would be. I find would be terrifying given how strong Georgia has become. Although Georgia seems to be having some separatist issues. They got 3 different rebels fired in Georgia right now, so maybe they're having a bit of an issue.
Oh yes, certainly. That land is very much religiously divided, so he's going to have some rebel issues for a very long time. It'll take a while before he can really unify that. I like AI Transoxiana making a bit of a snake over to Europe there, all the way bordering Georgia.
Now that we're over here, I noticed Medina has gotten larger. They've taken a little bit more coastline to the south and crossed over into Ethiopia. So they've got their tendrils moving in multiple directions right now.
Oh, and look, do you see their vassal? Do you see they vassalized Inaria in Ethiopia, which is right next to a whole bunch, is right next to gold mines. So This is a bit of a power play, and because they control both of the provinces, like they could take this. No, wait, it's in Africa. It's in Africa, so he'd have to somehow snake over here to actually control these gold mines. But he can certainly use their claims soon.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought they might be a little bit stronger than they are given the size of their nation, but I'm wondering if there's a lot of autonomy in there because their income is nothing. They're making less than 5 ducats a month with that much land.
For now, yeah, it looks big, but it's mostly 3 provinces.
Yeah, they're gonna need a little time to, but they don't have a lot of competition right now.
They also have Oman vassalized, and if they can push on to Hormuz and basically unite get the Omani cores back. If they get the Omani cores back, their Liberty Desire will drop, and then they can make a lot of money in the Hormuz trade node. So they have potential, certainly, but...
It's like Georgia did exactly what we thought. They gobbled up the kind of like Trebizond coastline, heading along the Black Sea, and Genoa did take Palermo, so the natural harbor on Sicily there, for the extra trade.
Ah, right. Yeah, they actually... So Georgia actually separate pieced out of the war. So Albania is going to be taking a full 100% out of this.
The other thing I will note is Genoa did... We lost track of it earlier because the player war bopped out, but Modena was taken by them, so they might be scrooching into the Venice trade node as well, not staying in Genoa. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes, and if anybody wants to stand in their way, which would be Albania.
Yes, sir. Ooh, huzzah! Grand Coalition victorious! My prince, we are victorious. The powerful enemy is beaten. The League has proven itself to be working. As allies, we can shape the world together. Our enemy has been defeated, and our nations recognize our superiority. Did you
see the huge dick move they just pulled?
Holy guacamole! What is this?
That blocks Romania if that's what Wallachia was going for.
Well, he did give 2 provinces to Byzantium there, which is still a vassal of Wallachia, so... Wow.
I know. And independent, so Bulgaria is independent, guaranteed by Albania, and Wallachia needs that coastline.
Well,
if they're going Romania.
This might be really clever, right? Because now, this might be... They might have, organized this, because now Wallachia does not have a truce with Bulgaria, whereas he did have a truce with the Ottomans, so now he can conquer Bulgaria instantly. But of course, Bulgaria is guaranteed.
Yeah, Bulgaria is guaranteed by Albania, who just did that.
Yeah, that guarantee from releasing is automatic. I think they can revoke it. Otherwise, we're going to see a bit of a rumble in the Balkans here. And I'm not sure who would win that. Of course, Wallachia is a bit preoccupied right now, saving the knights. The knights who who claim Constantinople.
They've been having a bit of a rough time.
Although now that the Mamluks have crossed the Bosphorus, all of their land in Anatolia has been occupied, so they're poised to island trap the Mamluks here. And so, look, we got a big battle in Constantinople, and it's just blocked the strait. And
yeah, so I'm trying to think about this Bulgaria thing. Is there a reason to have done that out of kindness? Because they had already very clearly cut it off so that they could partition it and take it in a later war, which they could easily do with the Ottomans being so weak. So what would the benefit be?
I genuinely think they are just going to stay friends for the time being. And that this was a gift, basically, to Wallachia, because he's already revoked the guarantee on Bulgaria. So Wallachia is now free to grab Bulgaria, and they don't have a truce. Otherwise,
they just declared war on them. Okay, so that's exactly what they were doing. It was a kindness. They just knocked them out of the Ottomans so that they could take them without having to fight the Ottomans, even though the Ottomans were weak.
Yeah, it's
simple as that. I'm sorry, I thought it was a dick move, and that it was them doing it on purpose to block off Wallachia, and I got really excited because I love it when that kind of stuff happens and things like this, but it was a kindness. Shame.
So it is the pirates versus the merchants here.